I don't usually like to speak on celebrity antics unless there's some type of substance to it or it represents a much bigger issue that coincides with a problematic popular belief, and this is one of those cases. This weekend, the rapper YK Osiris was recorded forcing a kiss on one of his visibly uncomfortable peers, Sukihana, multiple times. This presented a problem to me because people are trying to justify YK Osiris's rapey behavior strictly because of how they may feel about Suki, which is an issue that is bigger than Osiris, bigger than Suki. This issue has been for a very long time. And just to give you some background on Sukihana's reputation before I go in, just in case you don't know, she's a rapper who creates adult explicit content through her music, to make a long story short. After watching the reactions of the people around them, because this boy literally assaulted her in front of everyone, and seeing the people who've seen what I've seen scrolling through social media, unfortunately for the millionth time, I'm faced with the reality that a large portion of this world literally lack morals and basic human decency. I say this because for some odd reason, people believe that the way a person presents themselves should be the way that they are treated regardless of basic human rights. And this way of thinking has nothing to do with today's generation, a specific age, race, or gender. It's a tale-old belief that I've heard over and over and over again throughout the years of my life. Now granted, when it comes to presenting yourself professionally in a workplace or any other environment that requires some type of decorum, that makes sense. But when you start trying to justify disrespect, assault, and abuse because someone chooses to express themselves differently and lives a different way than you do, that's when we have an issue. As if no one has ever heard of the saying, look but don't touch. I don't think people understand or even care about how ignorant they sound when they say things like, oh, she shouldn't carry herself that way because that gives people an invitation to her body, when the last time I checked, the only invitation someone can give you to their body is if they physically give you one through the word that come out of their mouth. It's called consent for a reason. YK Osiris being a male in this industry actually being a male in this world made him comfortable enough to do what he did because he knew he'd get the reaction he did with no accountability and no consequences. Well, at least not right then and there. A part of me would like to think he did what he did, not understanding the severity of it, but as a grown man, you should know better. Just to expand on what I stated earlier, I don't think that the guys who were around him when this was happening should have necessarily jumped him or assaulted him back or put themselves in harm's way, so to say, even though that's what they used to do when there was still standards and unity, but whatever. But I also don't think that they should have sat around laughing and kikiing like the shit is funny, because I guarantee you if someone had done the same thing to their daughter, sister, mother, or whoever, it wouldn't have been as funny. Basically, there should have been some kind of seriousness applied to the situation because them laughing made him think that what he was doing was okay when it literally was not. No one ever sees things from other people's perspective. No one ever puts themselves in other people's shoes. And that's one of the world's largest problems. It's a lack of self-awareness and compassion. Disrespecting someone's personal boundaries, acting like you're superior to someone else because of different lifestyles only gives you bad karma. It makes you look like an idiot, and it's a huge character flaw. Because who are you to try to take away someone's humanity because you don't like what they do? They're human just like you. Some people just need to be checked.